This SoonerScoop.com video is streaming in crystal clear 4K resolution on YouTube thanks to Enjoy Vision in Oklahoma City. There can be only one LASIK center for Sooner Scoop, and that's Enjoy Vision. Enjoy Vision. This is where Sooner Scoop LASIKs.
Hello and welcome to the Family Business. I'm Joe Casiglione Jr. alongside Isaac Stoops. Today in-house we have Ryan Majercik. He's the Associate AD in Strategic Marketing and Fan Engagement. Love that title, Fan Engagement. And you know what? They're going to be engaging the fans this weekend at the Crimson Combine this Saturday. Ryan, thanks for coming on the show.
You bet. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So today they actually just released the schedule, but we wanted to talk a little bit about the event, But first off, how tough was this to put together? The landscape of college football is moving. People are moving from spring games. You kind of get notice of this about a little over a month ago. So how tough was it to throw this all together in such a short time?
It's been a little tough. I mean, obviously we're kind of building something from scratch here, doing something for the first time. And, there's not really a blueprint for anything like this. So from that perspective, it's been tough, but it's also been a lot of fun to get to just rethink, what this date is and this new landscape of college athletics, to your point, and find some more creative ways that we can use this opportunity to engage our fan base and, create some memories on Saturday.
What are some fun attractions that, outside of just like the skills and drills and stuff like that, that fans can look forward to?
Yeah, so the first part of it is the gates will open at noon before the team really gets into their drills at 1. So we're going to fill that first hour. It'll probably end up being close to 45 minutes with, we're doing the first ever Kids Club Combine. So we'll have about, 120, 150 kids maybe out on the field between the ages of 6 and 12, getting to run through their own drills. Getting that, really unique opportunity to get to be right there on Owen Field and get to do a lot of the things that the players are going to do later on that day. So that'll be the first part. A lot of fun for those kids and their families. And then to your point, we'll have the drills, the practice portion of the event, as we were just talking about earlier, that we've added another 30 minutes or so to see a little bit more of the guys compete at a little bit of a higher level. And more of a, again, team practice, combine style drill type of vibe until that 2:30 mark. And then, the last hour or so will basically be open for fans to interact with the players in the stadium, as they see fit. So we'll have half the field open to the fans. It'll be the north half of the field where they can come down and take pictures with the schooner, with the Red Rocket. Kids can bounce around on the inflatables, trophy displays for photo opportunities. Very much a feel kind of like the July 1st event that we had for the SEC transition. It'll be that kind of feel for after the drills and the practice portion of the event ends at 2:30. So we'll have that part for an hour, and then at the same time we'll have player autographs on the south end of the stadium. So fans will be invited down to the lower rows of the seating bowl, and then players will line the walls. They'll stay on the field, line the walls, and sign autographs for fans for an hour or so until we wrap up around 3:30.
I think that's a great time to do that because, they have the Meet the Sooners Day. I don't know if that will still exist. You don't have to tell me that if it does or not. But Meet the Sooners Day in the fall, and it's just during fall camp, it's just like so discombobulated. Everybody's so dialed in the practicing. I do the Meet the Sooners Day.
Tired.
I think it's a good time to do this in the spring and kind of do something, with the engagement. We always talk about with the transfer portal, so many new faces that are happening and that are around so fans can get engaged with them a little bit. The kids combine, they should have an adult combine because I would participate. I would blow a hamstring, but I'd participate. But
I would do the same. No doubt about that.
I also will be maybe in the stands, looking for the future or the future freaks that Oklahoma says. Future freaks in the kids combine. I'm writing down 40 times, shuttle drills, everything. I'm scouting them. I'm trying.
Yeah, I was gonna. So every player will, since it's kind of like at the end of the practice, like every player will be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure some people are wondering, I bet the line up the stands to meet Mateer is going to be, I don't know if the extra security there or not, but it'll be, I think that's a cool way for them to just walk the bowl and get everybody's autographs kind of like, as if they're sitting at tables.
Yeah, absolutely. And you make a great point. Meet the Sooners Day is a great event that we do in August. Remains to be seen, what that's going to look like after this event here in the spring. Obviously, we've got some time to work through that. But that's a much more, what you might call a formal type of autograph session where we set up the tables, line the guys up, and you go through one at a time and get everybody's autograph, where this is going to be much more informal. Make your way down, get the autographs you can. If lines do start to back up and you feel like you may not get a chance to get the guys you want that hour, you still got half the field to come play around on, do the activities you want to do, take the pictures you want to take. So it's almost like a choose your own adventure for that hour and how you want to spend your time. in the stadium. So I think it'll be great.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And then for the actual Crimson Combine portion of it, what can you tell us and the fans about that? I know you said you added a little bit more portion on the back end, so maybe a little bit more competitive sessions, but do you know the kind of the breakdown of what's actually going to happen during that time period?
Yeah, it's going to be a mix of really individual type position drills and some team drills too. So we'll have a couple different sessions of position drills broken out by the linemen, by the DBs and linebackers, and then quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. They'll split into their position groups, do their respective drills all at the same time. They're on the field. We'll have a couple breaks built in to do some fan engagement challenges. We'll have a field goal kicking contest, a punt catching challenge, those types of things. And then we'll also do the team drills, right? So we'll do half lines. There'll be a 7-on-7 period, a special teams period built in there as well. So it'll be that mix of combine style drills plus some more maybe traditional type of practice drills that you might be more used to seeing if you were to come to a normal OU practice.
You making a field goal?
No, I'm confident in a lot of things, but I could not make
Catching
a field
a
goal.
punt. I catch punt.
Catch a punt.
Yeah.
I was saying it's still kind of funny because in Twitter, the video of the student that raced Marquise Hollywood Brown. Did you ever see that video? It was like 2017. It still goes viral, and he got a head start, and he still lost. But I'm full of ideas. You can just you can pick a random fan, a $5 raffle, and you get to run like 5 routes with John Mateer. Make them sign a waiver.
Yeah, that's getting a dislocated finger for sure.
Yeah, no, the fans don't. They don't. I don't think they understand how hard they throw.
Yeah. Is there any like events going on around the stadium, or like I don't know? Sometimes people tailgate before a spring game, or is there anything outside the stadium at all, or mostly just once those gates open?
Yeah, focus is really more on when gates open. From our standpoint, what we typically program on a game day, and even what we would normally do for a spring game, like we had planned last year before weather impacted it, was we would have put Party at the Palace out there just north of the stadium. But again, with that feel coming more inside the stadium for last hour, that's been the approach as opposed to doing a whole lot of programming outside of it before the event. So focus is really around gates opening at 12 o'clock and coming in. The kids who can do the combine can get their thing done before 1 o'clock, and then the team will get going right there at 1 sharp.
It's great news, but I kind of do laugh a little bit because Oklahoma's kind of notorious for having bad spring game weather. I mean, you've been here a few years now, or a couple years, I believe, and then it's usually bad weather in spring game. It doesn't matter how nice it is on that Friday or not nice on that Sunday. It always is bad weather. One thing I did want to ask: will there be the Jordan store? I know sometimes that they have the excess equipment sale in the indoor or the track field. Is that something that they're doing this year?
No, we won't have that. We will have the Jordan brand retail shoebox that we just rolled out last, I think it was for July 1st, actually. So fans will be able to shop that if they'd like to do that during that last hour on the field, but not the full-blown equipment summer sale, that I think we may have done in the past.
I need one of those Jordan boxes. What's in that? Is it just like a bunch of gear?
No, it's a store that looks like a box.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a pop-up. It's a 20-foot by 40-foot pop-up retail shoebox. So we stock it with inventory, shirts, hats, jerseys, all that good stuff. So we'll set it up and have it ready to go on Saturday. People shop.
That's really cool. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it was pretty cool for July 1st, the SEC thing. But it's been really exciting. Ryan, any other comments, concerns, suggestions for the fans? Get there early. It's going to be great weather. Like I said, go have a few drinks at the Mont. Go tailgate accordingly. It's going to look a little different, but, have yourself a day, Sooner Nation. It's going to be like 79 or something.
Yeah, might as well.
Going to be fantastic. Definitely the exact opposite of what we had last year. So excited to have a beautiful day. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it on Saturday. Great opportunity to preview the team, on a sunny Saturday afternoon and get some autographs and have a good time down there on the field. So we're looking forward to it.
For everybody who's looking to attend, how would they get tickets? Is it on Soonersports.com, or where would they reach out to buy the tickets?
Yeah, great question. I'm glad you asked that. You can go to Soonersports.com/Crimson Combine. So that's got the event timeline, links to tickets, parking information, all that. So Soonersports.com/Crimson Combine, and we'll get you squared away.
Perfect.
Awesome. Beautiful day. I dialed up the weather machine. I contacted some people in the higher ups. Reached out to Damon Lane. I said, hey, come on. We're going to need some nice weather. Hey, Ryan, thanks for hopping on, joining us to talk about the Crimson Combine. We wish everybody to join there. We'll be out there. Maybe. We'll see. It's beautiful weather.
Yeah.
No. That's what I'm saying. I hear all this now. It's getting me excited. Going to be there. So for everybody watching, make sure to attend. It's Saturday. This Saturday starts gates open at noon. So a lot of fun activities. Make sure to head out there. And for everybody watching, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you next week with another edition of The Family Business. Remember to keep in the family.